The Cleveland Browns have made their selection, and now we know who the #1 overall pick is. What is going on, y'all? Five Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL, talking NFL draft here. And Baker Mayfield is going to be a Cleveland Brown. He was the #1 overall pick. The Browns decided to take him over the favorites early on that were Josh Allen and Sam Darnold. And they also made their #4 selection in cornerback Denzel Ward. I will get to him in just a second. But let's talk about this pick, Baker Mayfield. Now, in my mock draft, I had Baker Mayfield going #3 to the Jets. But then news broke out today that Baker Mayfield, a lot of GMs around the league believed that he was going to go to Cleveland. So the rumors and the news kind of leaked earlier today. So Vegas even changed their sort of betting lines to say that Mayfield was the favorite over Sam Darnold. And it happened to be true. GM John Dorsey of the Browns basically went with Baker Mayfield. Apparently he had the decision made a few weeks ago, which is what I'm hearing. And so this is the pick. What do I think about it? I love Baker Mayfield. He was my favorite quarterback prospect. Even though I had Sam Darnold going #1 to the Browns, Baker Mayfield is the guy that I like the most out of this whole quarterback group. We all know his season at OU, but I'm just going to give you his numbers because they were ridiculous. 4,627 yards, 43 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. 70% completion rate. There is not a pass this guy cannot make on the NFL field. He is accurate. He's good in the pocket. He tends to be a little bit of a happy feet in terms of, taking sacks and standing a little too long. But again, every quarterback had drawbacks in this draft and every quarterback had pros and cons. But Baker Mayfield was, to me, the best talent in this draft. He's just a gamer. I love the intangibles with him as well. I think he's got a fiery spirit. I think he can rally guys around him. And I think for the type of quarterback Baker Mayfield is, I love what I'm getting from him, okay? And here's the thing. We know the off-the-field issues and the comparisons that were made to Johnny Manziel. First of all, I think he's way more immensely talented than Johnny. I think he's just a better pocket quarterback than Johnny. And Johnny was really more of a guy that would make up things on the fly. He was an impromptu type of quarterback. I don't think Baker Mayfield is that guy. I think he can make every throw, and I think he is legit. But, and I have to give my butt here, the thing is, he went to Cleveland, okay? Here's the thing with the Browns. We all know about the Browns, okay? They went 0-16 last year, 1-15 the year before. So with the Browns, we know this is not a franchise that has shown us the ability to be successful and be able to surround their talent. Now, of course, their team is young and they have added some pieces, okay? So I'm going to talk about the positives here. Baker Mayfield will now have some weapons to his disposal with the Browns getting Jarvis Landry. They've got Josh Gordon. They've got Corey Coleman. They've got David Njoku, their second-year tight end, who I like a lot. They added Carlos Hyde in free agency. They still have Duke Johnson. So the offense is pretty good around Baker Mayfield, okay? They also signed Tyrod Taylor. What are my thoughts on that? I think Baker Mayfield, you can look forward to him starting week 1. Here's the thing, okay? You do not draft Baker Mayfield and when everybody expects Sam Darnold to be the guy, you don't go out and take the other guy and I think sit him. I think he's going to start, and I think he's going to win the job. I don't think he's going to be given the job. I think he will win the job, but I have my reservations just because he went to the Browns. I'm sorry, Browns fans. I have to do it. I just don't trust the franchise, okay? They just have not been able to show me that they can put a game plan around the quarterback. We know the long list of guys that have failed here in Cleveland, so my only concerns here are he's going to the Browns. I just hope they do not mess it up somehow because fit is very important. And Baker Mayfield, I loved him on the Jets. I don't love the Browns situation, but again, I believe in Baker Mayfield, so hopefully it pans out for them. I'm not a Hugh Jackson fan. Folks, if you tell me right now, if the Cleveland Browns fired Hugh Jackson tomorrow and had a better head coach, I would love this move a lot more. But hey, they got their guy, and I love Baker, so this pick, I'm with it. I'm good with it, and I think if Baker Mayfield is everything that I hope he is, then Cleveland Brown fans, you have found your franchise quarterback, okay? But again, like I said, you have to make sure you put in a game plan for him, make sure that the offense you're running suits him, make sure that the weapons you have in place are in place for Baker Mayfield. You cannot have any sort of incompetency that the Browns have notoriously shown. They haven't made the playoffs since 2002, okay? This is the Cleveland Browns we're talking about here. But again, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. this is what I think about the pick, folks. Okay, with that being said, let's move on to the number 4 pick, Denzel Ward. So with the 4th pick, the Browns took Ohio State cornerback Denzel Ward. Now, I have no issues with Denzel Ward himself. He was the number 1 corner in this draft, but I am going to say it. I believe this was a reach. I did not have Denzel Ward going, definitely not at 4, and I think the Browns should have taken Bradley Chubb. I think he was the pick here. You know, again, we're talking about positional needs. They definitely needed help in the secondary for sure, but sometimes an elite pass rush can mask a bad secondary, okay? And you're putting Bradley Chubb, imagine putting him alongside your number 1 overall pick last year, Myles Garrett. That would have been scary to see. That was going to be the pick that I expected the Browns to make. But again, they liked Denzel Ward, and he was their guy all along. And I guess they didn't want him to drop, and they went and got their guy again. I'm not going to say Denzel Ward was a mistake as a player, because I think he's a good player. He's going to be a very good cornerback. It's just the fact of where they took him. I think they could have possibly traded down and still got Denzel Ward. A couple of mock drafts had Denzel Ward going 9, 10, so definitely to me felt like a bit of a reach. But again, their secondary with Brian Body Calhoun, Jamar Taylor, guys like that, EJ Games, they definitely could use help in their secondary, but I would have liked to see them take Bradley Chubb. I think he is also a once-in-a-lifetime type of talent. So let's see what happens here, but they took chances again. We didn't think Baker Mayfield was going to go first. We didn't think Denzel Ward was going to be fourth. So the Browns GM, John Dorsey, man, he is definitely taking some chances. So let's see how it all pans out. But those are my thoughts, folks, on the Browns picks. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. A lot more analysis on draft picks and reactions coming up. So make sure you guys are stay tuned and locked in. Turn on post notifications. Follow me on my social media. And as always, thanks for watching.